Let's be honest here. You feel like you're wandering. You don't know where you're going. You have a checklist. You go to the gym. You go to school. You go to work. And you repeat. You find a hobby. You watch Love Island. You have some fantasy dreams of achieving, yet in the end, you never do it. You say you're going to complete tasks, but they never happen. Or you start, but you never finish. And the secret to finishing is having the end in mind. A lot of people, including myself, have gone around in life without knowing where they are going. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know if you even get to the things you desire? Starting with the end in mind is a very powerful tool to give you motivation when you feel motivationless, when you feel like you don't know what to do, when you feel like giving up. If you remember why you are doing what you do and where you are going, that will give you limitless power and energy. The Bible says that without vision, people perish. So many people have no vision. You have eyes, but you can't see your future. You don't know where you're going in the present or what you're doing in the present because you don't even know who you want to be in the next 5 years, who you want to be when you die. Think about that for one moment. You are going to die, but when you die and everybody's looking at you in your casket, your family members, your coworkers, your friends, what is it that you want them to say about you? It's probably not going to be about your car. It's probably not going to be about your house. It's probably not going to be about how much money you made or your relationship. It's probably going to be something so unmaterialistic, like how you loved. And maybe money's tied in. Maybe you were blessed to bless others, but they're going to talk about the real you. I did that exercise a couple months ago, and I realized the number one thing that I want to be known for whenever I die and I'm in my casket is I want to be known as a man who loved Jesus in secret and in public. A man of integrity, honor, discipline, authenticity, generosity. A man who was radical in his faith and his generosity. Someone who represented Christ. Somebody who left his family with the generational faith, blessings, and wealth. I want my family to know that they're loved. I want to be known as a man of compassion and authenticity. In that, yeah, there's some wealth there to help pass on to my family, but when I'm in the casket, I cannot take anything with me. I can't even take my family. But the legacy that I want to leave affects what I am currently doing. If you don't have an idea of what you want your legacy to be, you don't know the steps that you need to take currently to get to that destination. I feel lazy. I feel like I don't want to go to the gym today. I feel like I don't want to work. I feel like I don't want to study. Remember, is that what you want to be remembered by? When you are in your casket and everybody is looking at you and they're speaking about you, do you want them to be scrambling for the qualities and characteristics that you left behind as your legacy? Or do you want them to point out the fact that you were disciplined, that you had authenticity, that you had character, that you had love and compassion for people, that you were ruthless when it came to your work and toiled with all your heart? What do you want to be remembered as? A lot of people have no idea what their vision is and what their end in mind is. That is why you are walking around with no clue what you're supposed to be doing day to day. You have no vision. And if you can just do that exercise and close your eyes for one moment and picture yourself at your funeral, picture yourself with your mom or your dad looking at that casket, and it is you. I read it from this book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You picture yourself in that casket. It's going to give you a shift in perspective that will help you determine the steps that you want to be living right now. Most people say they want something. I want that house. I'll do anything to get that car. Really, when you get that car, you realize it's depreciating, just like you. Every second you're on this earth, you're a second closer to dying. What are you going to leave behind? That car is going to turn to dust, just like you. Whenever you have your end vision in mind, it convicts you and it holds you to a higher standard in your day-to-day living. You don't want to just be lackadaisical, a wanderer, going to and fro, double-minded. You need to make a decision. You need to write it down and make it plain. The Bible says write down the vision and make it plain, and you need to execute. and remember, whenever the obstacles, trials, temptations come, I want to sleep in. That is not my character. That is not who my future self is. That is not who I'm going to be remembered as, but it can be. I can choose that, or I can focus on who I know I am. I can focus on who I know God called me to be. Because God didn't call you just to be mediocre. He didn't call you just to be average. God made you in his image. He created the heavens and the earth. And you think that you're just regular? No. A lot of people die regular though. Not because God isn't good, but because they did not have an end in mind. They're living for this earth, not for eternity, not for, as the Bible says, leaving a lasting legacy and imprint. A good name is better than expensive perfume. Ecclesiastes 7:1. And the day one dies is better than the day they are born. Why? Because when you die, you have something to leave behind. When you are born, you have nothing. You haven't proved anything. You haven't done anything. But when you die, you're leaving a story. And God is a perfect author, and he writes within your free will. So what are you going to choose? Who are you going to be? I want you to write it down. I want you to get a notepad out. Really look at yourself. Examine your heart. Examine where you want to be. And I promise, if you apply this principle, it shall come to pass. It's not me. It's not what I'm saying. It is a spiritual and biblical, godly principle that will be applied even to a Muslim, even to an atheist, even to a Hindu or Buddha, even a fake Christian. Whoever uses God's principles will see the fruit. Use it. And let me know in the comments if this has given you a paradigm shift or changed your perspective in any way. Hopefully it changes the way you live the rest of your life. I hope that this blessed you. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments. I'm also going to be posting on here a lot more just because I've been a little bit lazy, slacking on posting here. I really need to be more disciplined. I'm doing a lot of other businesses and running things on the side, but I need to prioritize this because I really love making videos and I want to make the best videos that provide the most value to help you guys, to help the people that God has put in my life. Because if you're watching this, it's not an accident. Even if you just ran across me on the For You, this is the first time you're seeing me on YouTube. I believe that everything happens with intention and purpose. And we didn't cross paths for no reason. I love you.